Hey, how's it going? My name is Will Chu. I'm a college consultant here at PANO Education. For a little bit of background about me, I graduated from Emory's Goizueta Business School back in Atlanta, Georgia, where I majored in finance as well as consulting. And for what I got as my bachelor's degree, it's a little bit different, but it's known as a BBA, which stands for Bachelor's of Business Administration. And today I'm going to be going through just a little bit about the whole business school process, specifically what classes you might take, what classes you might have to take during that process, as well as future careers, specifically careers you'll get right out of college, so the first year after, usually denoted as like a junior role, or as well as like an entry-level position, as well as like the top most popular majors in each of these schools. So let's go through with that. So firstly, from this list, you can kind of see the most popular majors. Generally, some schools might differ. So of course, before looking or after looking at this list, if there's any schools that offer undergrad business programs or postgrad business programs, I do encourage you to look at their specific websites to see what majors they might involve or they might include within their process. But looking through, we have, of course, business administration and management, of course, finance, marketing, as well as international business, accounting, real estate, lastly, of course, human resources management. So these are just a list of obviously the most popular types of majors. And going to the next part. Okay, now we're going to go through some of the core classes you might be taking at your undergrad business program. Of course, none of these classes are meant to be super difficult or in-depth, as they're really just requirements to see, mostly to give you a preview of each of the different depths and concentrations within business. So starting off this list, we have accounting. This will include looking at financial as well as managerial accounting, which involve looking at financial statements, cost analysis, as well as budgeting. Number two on this list, which is going to be most familiar to any high schoolers watching this video, is obviously economics. This will include micro and macro economic principles, which includes supply and demand, market structure, as well as economic policy. And generally from this list, of course, this will be the most familiar, since with most high school curriculums, you'll be taking an econ class, maybe AP micro, AP macro, or just a regular econ class at your school. Number three is finance, which covers a various amounts of topics, such as financial markets, investment analysis, and corporate finance. Next, we have marketing. We're going to be learning about product development, pricing, promotion, and distribution strategies. Next is management. We're going to be learning about organizational behavior, leadership, human resources, and operations management. Generally, this will help with a consulting role, which we're going to go through. As well as business law, where you're going to be studying the legal system and learn about contracts, intellectual property, as well as business regulations. The school you might go to, I know for Emory, specifically at the Goizueta Business School, this was kind of like a more notorious class, would be more difficult, but that can vary probably based on what school you might go to. And lastly, we have statistics, which will provide students with an understanding of statistical concepts, including profitability or probability, data analysis, and hypothesis testing. And for generally all these majors, if you do want to take any of these as your concentration, you might take some more specific classes that are more advanced than these. So for example, if you were to major in finance or concentrate in finance, you might have to take an investments class, maybe a corporate finance class, as well as an advanced financial markets class. For accounting, some of the classes you might be required to take in order to graduate will require financial accounting, managerial accounting, maybe auditing as well. And then for marketing, it could be principles of marketing, marketing research, as well as advertising. So of course, these might not encompass every single class you might have to take for graduation, but generally these are the most commonly seen among different business schools. Going to the main topic of this presentation, obviously what salaries you might have, as well as the most popular jobs based off of each of these majors. So again, these salaries are going to be generally based off like the first year, so the first year right out of college once you finish. These are the typical entry-level salaries. Of course, you have ranges. And these ranges do, of course, vary based off your location as well as what company you might be working for, as well as maybe the specialized role you might be taking. So let's look at finance to start us off. So in terms of typical jobs, one, we have the financial analyst, where this role will involve analyzing financial data to make investment recommendations or evaluate the financial health of a company or an organization. Generally, the range might be from 55K to 85K. Next, we have investment banking, which involves helping companies and organizations raise capital by underwriting and selling securities or providing merger and acquisition advice. And this can range a little bit higher compared to most other business-related jobs, starting at 85K to around 130K. But just to denote, this does involve maybe more hours compared to other business jobs. So generally, on average, we see investment bankers probably working around 70 hours a week. So do keep in mind, while it does seem higher, it's because there is a lot more work involved generally. Lastly, we have a financial advisor, where you're going to be helping individuals and families manage their personal finances as well as their investments to achieve their specific financial goals. This can range from 50K to around 80K. So, of course, that is finance. Next, we have accounting. So, the first job we see here is public accountant, which conducts audits, prepares financial statements, as well as provides tax services for clients in public accounting firms. This can range from 50K to around 75K. One thing I want to note is that these are, of course, a little bit different from becoming a certified public accountant, which involves taking an additional exam in order to get certified. But that can also help with maybe your salary in terms of starting out. Next, again, we have corporate accountants, where you're going to be managing the financial transactions and reporting for a single company or organization. This ranges from 50K to 75K, similar to public accountant. As well as the internal auditor, where you're going to be evaluating and monitoring the internal control systems of the company to ensure financial as well as operational effectiveness. And this ranges from 50K to around 70K. Next, we have marketing. So with marketing, some of the roles include marketing coordinator. This assists in the planning and execution of marketing campaigns, coordinating with internal and external stakeholders, as well as tracking campaign performance. This can range from 40 to around 60K. Next, we have social media manager, where you could manage a company's social media accounts, as well as develop specific content, engage with followers, as well as monitor the social media metrics. Of course, this can range from 45 to around 70K. Lastly, in terms of most popular roles with marketing, we have the advertising account executive, where you're going to be developing and managing advertising campaigns for clients, including creating ad copy and managing media buys. And their salary range, as you can see, 45 to around 70K. Next, we have management. So looking at the top 3 management roles, we have first the management consultant. This will involve working with clients to solve complex business problems and improve performance by analyzing data, developing strategies, and implementing recommendations. Salary range can range from around 75 to 85K. Next, we have the tech consultant, where you're going to be working with clients to assess their tech needs, as well as develop solutions and implement new systems to improve efficiency as well as productivity. This range can be from 70 to 80K. Lastly, we have the strategic consultant or strategy consultant, where you're going to be working with clients to develop long-term business strategies, analyze industry trends, as well as competitive landscapes, and identify new growth opportunities. This can range from 80 to 90K. And next, we have international business. So the first main role for international business is the international marketing coordinator, where you're going to be developing and implementing marketing strategies and campaigns to promote products or services in international markets, as well as coordinate with other departments and stakeholders and track campaign performance. Salary range, as you can see, 46 to 62K. Next, we have the international trade specialist, where you're going to be assisting companies with importing and exporting goods and services, researches and evaluate specific foreign markets, as well as provide advice and guidance on trade regulations and compliance. And lastly, we have the foreign service officer, where you're going to be representing the interests of the U.S. abroad, promote diplomacy as well as economic growth, and provide consular services to U.S. citizens overseas, and with this range around 49 to 64K. So generally, that's just a brief overview of the different types of careers, what classes you might take, coming out of business school. But generally, from some wisdom from my own experience is when you go into business school, just be prepared to apply for internships right out of your sophomore year. So generally, obviously, the main goal of business school is, of course, to learn, but also to have a job immediately after coming out of college. So in order to get a good step or put yourself in a good place, generally you want to have some kind of internship experience for the summer after your sophomore year. And most importantly, you need to have some type of internship experience for the summer after your junior year. Else, when you're going to be applying to jobs, of course, after your senior year in college, if you don't have that internship or work experience, it's going to be very hard to get a job. But that's all the wisdom I have. Thank you for watching, and hope this is helpful for your entire business journey, as well as helping you to learn about business.